Hey, welcome to a new video. If you're a pet owner, you may be used to your dog or cat trying to gobble up something they shouldn't have. But over the years, animals have also swallowed some unusual things. In today's video, you'll be shocked to find out what strange things have been found in animals. Are you new to this channel? Make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. And before we start, also like the video. Number 15. The following video footage is quite controversial because it's not so easy to determine what kind of animal it is. Many people thought it was a new species, and as the camera gets closer, you realize that it's indeed something you've never seen before in your life. The bizarre thing is that in this photo, it looks like it has another unknown animal inside its body. When the photo was first shared on Reddit, many people left their thoughts on it. Some people said it looked a bit like a dragon, while others said it was a Philippine flying lemur, one of the two species of colobus still alive. This animal can be found mainly in the tropical forests of Southeast Asia. Number 14. Giant squid are marine animals that are not found too often because they actually live at great depths in the ocean. Now, giant squids are known to have battles with sperm whales. But when a fisherman named Huang from southern China caught a squid, he found something strange in its stomach. He was about to prepare the squid when he hit something metal-like, about 20 centimeters long, with his knife. Squid normally have a diet of shrimp and small fish, but this man found a bomb in the stomach of the squid. How it got there is still a big mystery to this day. The man immediately contacted the police. They discovered that the object looked rusty, but was still fully functional. Although no one knows exactly how the bomb ended up in the squid's stomach, it's thought that it was shot by a warplane and entered the water. Danielle Halsey and her colleagues from the University of Delaware were on an excursion to tag sharks. Shark tagging is a process of attaching electronic tags or identification plates to shark fins. One day, they caught a large female sand tiger shark. But when they looked closely, they noticed that there was a small dogfish in its mouth. The dogfish was 91 centimeters long and was completely swallowed by the sand tiger shark. Danielle took a picture of the two sharks, and the picture went viral on the internet. Shark tagging has helped researchers a lot over the years. In this way, they can study and document the behavior and movements of the sharks. It also helps scientists get information about their migration patterns, their life history, and the way they use their environment to survive. However, sharks do not have sensory receptors in their fins, which means that attaching these tags will not hurt them. After the sand tiger shark was tagged and measured, it was let back into the ocean. But what happened to the other dogfish was not completely clear. Number 13. In March of 2017, a 25-year-old sea turtle was taken to the vet in Thailand. When it was checked, they found no less than 915 coins in its stomach. The locals called the turtle Om Sin, which means piggy bank. The coins were thrown into the pond by the locals, and without knowing it, the turtle ate all of them. In total, the coins weighed about 5 kilos, which over time became very damaging to her health. But fortunately, the turtle was helped in time, and all the coins were safely removed. After a week, the turtle was recovered, and she could already swim and eat normally. She was supposed to be put back in the pond, but other people thought she should stay in a zoo. Unfortunately, we couldn't find out what happened to the turtle, but let's hope it enjoys its life again. Number 12. Whether out of boredom or stress, dogs often have a habit of exploring the world through their mouths, which usually ends up in accidentally swallowing whatever they're exploring, even if it seems completely inedible to us. One of the craziest things a dog ever swallowed was a light bulb, not just a piece, but a whole light bulb, and there's even an X-ray to prove it. The dog that swallowed the light bulb had to go to the vet quickly because of the obvious possibility that the glass in the bulb would break. But fortunately, the dog ended up fine, and the light bulb was removed. Has your dog ever swallowed something strange? Let me know in those comments. Number 11. 2 men hunting alligators managed to catch one in Mississippi, and they were shocked to find something unusual in its stomach. It turned out that the alligator had swallowed a 6,000-year-old artifact. The men reported their findings to historians, and it turned out that the alligator had some kind of fish weight in it that was used by Native Americans some 5,000 or 6,000 years ago during the Archaic period. The two men quickly realized it was something important to show authorities. They also posted about their finding on Facebook, saying it was so cool not to post it. By the way, the alligator was huge, about 13 feet or 4 meters long, and weighed a whopping 750 pounds or 340 kilograms. How the artifact ended up in the alligator's stomach, however, remains a mystery. Number 10. A vet in Portland, Oregon had a very bizarre case. A 3-year-old Great Dane was taken by his owners to get checked because he was vomiting all the time. When the doctors inspected him by X-ray, they discovered that his stomach was full of a large amount of something inexplicable. The Great Dane had to be helped, and after 3 hours of surgery, they found out that the dog had a total of 43 socks in his stomach. According to the story, they kept pulling out one sock after the other in all shapes and sizes. Her owners also thought it was very strange why she lost socks all the time, but they didn't think about it. The owners of the dog had entered her into an animal contest which was called They Ate What, in which they won $500. Has your dog ever eaten anything strange? Let me know in those comments. Number 9. In 2017, off the coast of Cabo, Philippines, a fisherman named Arnold Constantino pulled a giant grouper fish, weighing a whopping 200 kilograms, out of the water. To his horror, he found an object inside the fish that shouldn't be there, a guard's badge. He and the locals were convinced that the grouper fish had swallowed the guard and that the security badge was all that was left of the man. Arnold feared that no one would buy the fish if it became known that the fish might have eaten someone. This species of fish usually grows to over a meter in length, and because they don't have many teeth, they often tend to swallow their prey whole. Of course, it could have also been that the guard had lost his badge at sea. However, no one knows why or how the badge ended up in the fish. Number 8. A Nigerian village hunted a snake in November of 2016 after they suspected it would feed on one of their calves. After catching the snake, they looked inside the belly and to their amazement, they found dozens of eggs. It also turned out that her stomach was swollen because she would be pregnant. As you can see, there's an abundance of pinkish eggs packed in 3 long rows. The villagers were relieved that these unborn snakes could no longer endanger their livestock. Others thought it was more of a blessing because snake eggs are considered a delicacy in their culture. However, it was unclear what kind of snake it was, but given its size, they thought it might be an African rock python. This species can grow over 7 meters long and is one of the largest snake species in the world. These snakes usually feed on large animals such as goats, antelopes, and even crocodiles. Number 7. There are women who think fishing is just a boring hobby of their husbands, but it seems that Sandra will never complain after this moment. It was a normal fishing day for her husband Christopher, who suddenly caught a fish that turned out to be very precious. When the couple returned from fishing, Sandra began to prepare the fish for dinner and suddenly realized that it contained a diamond ring. Christopher decided to take advantage of this opportunity and asked Sandra to marry him with the ring. The man confessed that he wanted to propose to her for a long time, but wasn't brave enough to pop the question. Now they're engaged, thanks to this big catch. Sandra first thought that Christopher himself had put the ring in a fish, but the man explained that it was just a coincidence and that the fish had probably swallowed the ring itself. Number 6. It's common knowledge that cats could have hairballs from time to time because they lick themselves so much. In 2012, an 8-year-old red-headed cat named Gemmo was taken to the vet. Her owners thought she had swallowed something large. An X-ray revealed that it was a huge hairball, the biggest hairball the vets had ever seen. This giant hairball weighed an estimated 215 grams, or about the weight of a small hamster. The doctor who had performed the surgery said he had never encountered anything like this in his 40-year career. The hairball was so extremely large that it filled Gemmo's entire stomach, preventing her from eating. A surgery was performed, the cat's life was eventually saved, and a day later, she was back to full health. Her owners were instructed on how to care for her so this wouldn't happen again. Number 5. On June 23, 1626, a woman selling a fish at a market in Cambridge, England, was filleting a cod when she saw something resembling a piece of cloth. She poured it out and discovered that it was pages of a manuscript. That same day, Dr. Joseph Mead walked around the market and saw what happened at the woman's stall. He took the manuscript to Dr. Samuel Ward, who carefully cleaned it and discovered that it contained 3 works written by John Frith, a Protestant martyr imprisoned in a fish cellar in Oxford in 1533. The manuscript was then later published in 1627 with the title Vox Piscis, or The Book of Fish. How this eventually ended up in a cod remains a great mystery to this day. Number 4. Some guys were hunting a crocodile and came across not one, but several turtles trapped in its stomach. Of course, this is a very strange discovery, and some people believe that they themselves had placed the turtles inside the crocodile, because when they took the turtles out, they were all still alive. Other people, however, believed the story and think that the crocodile had simply eaten the turtles several hours beforehand. Whichever side of the story is true, it's still a strange find. Let's hope they didn't make turtle soup out of it and just release the creatures back into the wild. Number 3. Have you ever wondered how a shark's day goes? What do they do, what do they eat, and what do they see? Here, we have a unique video filmed from the mouth of a shark. No one has ever done this before, and it gives a glimpse into the life of a shark. In this video, we can see how the shark lives, what it does, what it eats, and how razor-sharp its teeth are. This is probably the first time you've ever seen anything like this. Of course, this new look at sharks provided a wealth of new information. Getting the camera into the shark's mouth wasn't easy, but it did provide incredible video footage. Don't you agree? Number 2. Jumbo, the elephant that inspired the 1941 Disney film Dumbo, was born in the 1860s at the border of Ethiopia and Sudan. The Swahili tribesmen named him Jumbo after an indigenous word, Jumbi, meaning chief. At a young age, the elephant was sold to an Italian animal trader who took him to the London Zoo. When Jumbo turned 21 years old, he started to have tantrums and eventually died at 24 years old. That's quite young for an African elephant because in the wild, they can live to be 70 years old. According to several researchers, Jumbo suffered from toothache and other health issues. The researcher Carl Ackley also discovered something else in Jumbo's stomach. He found a police whistle, a bunch of keys, and 3,000 coins that he had eaten. Number 1. The next story is about a dog who swallowed another small toy. Somehow, the dog had swallowed a figure of Homer Simpson, a character from the animated series The Simpsons. This was dangerous, but fortunately not crucial, and the dog was narrowly saved. Dixie, the Dalmatian collie mix, had accidentally swallowed the small plastic toy and became extremely sick. The dog's owner quickly noticed something was wrong and rushed her to the clinic. The vets finally identified what she had swallowed, and she needed surgery as soon as possible. Fortunately, Dixie's surgery went well with no complications. However, the vets warned the owner that if the toy stayed in her stomach longer, it could be fatal. It took 2 days for the dog to recover, and now she's safe and sound again. This has to be one of the strangest things ever found in an animal, don't you think? Has your pet ever eaten something strange? Let me know in the comments. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos we've made, click one on the screen or take a look at the channel. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.